Hey everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nikki Chavanel. I'm the managing editor over at HawgBeat.com. Just a little shout out for HawgBeat. You can get 30 days free with code HAWGS30, HAWGS30. We have a coaching hot board that is premium, so if you want to check out our top candidates for the head coaching job at Arkansas, you can check those out for free for 30 days. And in these 30 days, we'll probably end up with a new head coach here at Arkansas, so it's definitely going to be worth the $0 that you have to pay to get the subscription. I just want to start off with, a lot of people have been asking me if I am going to leave Arkansas, and the answer is no. I was very, very lucky when I was hired by Rivals to move from the SMU site to the Arkansas site. I had connections with the staff, obviously, from covering them for several years at SMU, but now that I'm here, this is my job now. I am not a package deal with the staff or anything like that. I cover Arkansas now, and that's my job, and I love it. I love Arkansas, live in a house here and everything, so I am here. My thoughts on the firing, I just think it was pretty inevitable. If Arkansas hadn't lost to Western Kentucky yesterday, I still think it probably would have happened. I still think he probably would have been fired at the end of the season, because the team just hasn't shown the progress that they needed to show. Oh, I can hear myself. Oh my God. So overall, this is my dog, Brady, off. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about the move, because the players, first of all, I think you could tell that they were not at all really bought in, despite all of the coach speak that Chad Morris would tell us and all that stuff. They just didn't want to play hard for Chad Morris, and I feel like there was special animosity towards both coordinators, John Chavis and Joe Craddock. I feel like Arkansas still has to, they obviously still have to go to LSU and play Missouri at the end of the season, and we'll see what Barry Lunney can do with that. I feel like Barry Lunney was a very good choice for the interim position. I would have been fine with Jeff Traylor as well. I think everyone on the team respects both of those guys, and their two position groups have been the strongest at Arkansas since Chad Morris got here. So both of those guys would have done a great job, but Lunney obviously has been here longer. He has more connections. So that was probably the right move by Hunter Yurachek. I'm excited to hear what Lunney has to say on Monday. The press conference is at noon, I believe. I just feel like the players will play hard for him. I don't expect them to win a game to finish this season, just because it's tough. A lot of these players are going to be upset. A lot of these players are Morris recruits. They came to Arkansas because they bought into the idea that Chad Morris was going to be able to turn this around into Clemson or something, because that's what he sold to them. But this was a large rebuild project. This was not going to be an overnight thing or a multi-year thing, but I think the biggest issue was obviously losing games like to Colorado State last season, losing to San Jose State this season, losing to UNT last season. Like, the non-conference games were all they had to win this year. I feel like they didn't have to go above and beyond just to prove that they could make progress. So the bar was set very low, and they couldn't even reach that point. So I think that's where they fell short, and that's why Hunter Yurachek was getting calls from donors during the game yesterday. That's what I heard. And so late last night, not that late, probably around 7 p.m. is when I heard that the plan was to put Lunney in charge for the next 3 weeks. I didn't put it out there because I wasn't quite sure if they had officially fired Chad Morris yet at that point, so I didn't put that out anywhere. I just got a question. Savion Williams, 3-star wide receiver from Marshall, Texas, so East Texas, he decommitted within an hour of the news, and he's actually the only one that has decommitted so far publicly. I think that they're probably doing a decent job of reaching out to these guys and just kind of telling them to hold on and see what happens with the coaching search. But Savion Williams, he's a very talented kid. I'm sure he could find other places to go and play with a little bit more certainty. But I'm surprised that Jeff Traylor couldn't convince him to just hold on and see what happens. Jeff Traylor is very connected in East Texas, but I guess if the writing's on the wall, you might as well decommit now with early signing day coming up in less than a month, or in a month. Getting a lot of questions on coaching candidates. Obviously, there are a bunch. Just starting at the top, guys that I know would be interested in the job here. Mike Leach, Billy Napier down at Louisiana Lafayette. He's been having a great season. I personally love Mike Leach. I think it would be a complete 180 from Chad Morris. Like, you don't get coach speak from Mike Leach. He's gonna shoot everything off the cuff, and as a media person, I enjoy that. But I know that there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, you have to 100% have a fantastic quarterback for that system to work. So you'd have to find that person. Someone just asked me, any chance of getting Chris Will back on board with the new staff? Well, he's not signed to UNC, and I had heard that if Auburn really pushed for him and they just offered him just this past week, that he would consider going to Auburn and playing in the SEC. So I can imagine if there was a head coach that he liked with an offensive coordinator that he liked, he would consider coming to Arkansas. He always wanted to be a Razorback, so that's definitely a possibility. But whoever they hire, it all depends on who they hire, because that person might already have a quarterback committed and they'd probably just bring them over with them. Do I think Yurchek has a guy in mind? Yeah, he probably does. I don't know who it is, but he probably has a guy in mind, just like he did with the Eric Musselman search. There were quite a few names thrown out there, whether they were real or not. He did travel quite a bit, interviewed a few guys, managed to keep it pretty under the radar, which was impressive. Like, we knew about Eric Musselman, but then he kind of, I think, threw us off the scent, and we thought Musselman was out of it, and then a few days later, Musselman was the guy. Someone just asked if I'm sad that Chad is gone. I want the team to win. That's really the thing I want. Nobody wants to cover a losing team. It's not fun. It's actually quite depressing. No, I don't really care that Chad Morris is gone. I feel for those players for sure. I feel for the staff as well. But these guys make millions of dollars or thousands of dollars. They take the risk. I don't think any of these coaches thought twice about coming here to Arkansas. So I'm not really sad for them, although I'm sure they all wanted to be successful, but everyone gets fired at one point or another in their job. I don't think there are many people who haven't been fired from one job at one point or another. Someone just asked if Jason Brown from ICC would be a candidate, the what's it called? The Dream U. If that would be an option, no, absolutely not. No. Do you believe the locker room will be strengthened or motivated and broken after the current situation? Well, now we kind of have a weird situation where there are still some Bielema players and you have the Chad Morris players. So I feel like if Arkansas makes the right hire, these two groups will just like come together, because there's no favoritism now. There's nothing like that. You'll just have a new coach doing his best to win. He's going to play whoever he feels he can win with. I feel like it might be a good idea to just have this clean slate, and I feel like players will play harder now that they're given a chance. It just seems like there was a lot of animosity about who was playing and who wasn't playing, and who was getting a shot. And I think there was a lot of animosity about all the indecisiveness about the quarterback in particular. If Lunny beats Missouri, is he going to be the guy? I don't think you go with Barry Lunny as the head coach. That's just what I think. I mean, I really don't think so. I think they have to go with someone with head coaching experience who has proved he can win at this level. He can recruit, stuff like that. This job is hard. People get mad at me sometimes for saying how hard this job is, but it is very, very difficult, and it has only gotten more difficult in the past 5 years. To be able to recruit to Arkansas, I mean, I'm not going to say you have to cheat, but if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Like, this is the SEC. You have to have experience doing it and being successful, and I think they're going to go with someone with a lot of experience playing and coaching at this level. To my knowledge, none of the assistants have been let go at this point. They're going to finish the season, to my knowledge. That's what I've heard, but I can't say that for sure. But I would expect at least both coordinators to be gone, and whoever they hire as the head coach is going to have say over their coordinators and their assistants. I would be on board with keeping a few of these guys. I know that Justin Stepp, his players love him to death, so if you want to hold on to all those wide receivers, and that's up to you, I guess. If you want to hold on to all those guys, then you keep Justin Stepp. I like Barry Lunny a lot. I feel like he's a really good coach. He has the connections throughout the state of Arkansas. He was an Arkansas player. And then Jeff Traylor, someone just said, yeah, Jeff Traylor has all the connections in East Texas that you need. Arkansas isn't going to be beating schools like Texas and Texas A&M for the top recruits in the state in the major cities like Dallas and Houston and Austin. But East Texas, that's one area you can win. You can find talent, and he's going to be the first to know about the hidden talents down there in East Texas. So I would keep him if it was me, but again, the head coach is going to have 100% of the say over that. I don't think the administration is going to be able to say, you have to keep this guy. I don't think that's gonna be how it goes. Did all the players hate Chad Morris? I just feel like Chad Morris was never a real guy. Like, maybe he was more real in front of the players, but he just doesn't come off as genuine. It just became so much repetitive coach speak that it was just like, who is this guy, almost? Why can't we give Lunny a chance? He just doesn't have the head coaching experience. Do you really want to be... You don't want to have to wonder whether they can do the job. You know, you want to hire a guy who has the experience and can win at this level. How much do you have to cheat to be successful? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. I mean, all the top schools in the SEC do it. You have to be able to do it smart. Can't be taking knives into a gunfight. I feel like I missed some. The coach from Appalachian State, Eli Drinkwitz, I believe is how you say his name. I'm just not sure he's ready. Maybe if he had been the head coach there for a few more years, he'd be ready. But I know Arkansas fans feel strongly about having a guy from Arkansas, and I'm just not totally sure that's necessary, but I can understand why you feel that way. Arkansas has been successful with coaches with a lot of Arkansas ties. Someone keeps saying Jason Brown. I don't understand. Did you guys even watch Last Chance U? That guy's a mess. I mean, no. Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell's, let me just look this up real quick. We have it all on HawgBeat.com. We have all the coaches, their career records, their salary, some of their buyout information. Matt Campbell has already paid $3.6 million, and he has a pretty good head coaching record, but I'm just not sure that he would take this risk. I mean, you have to have such a big ego to think that you can take over this job and do it well, and I'm just not sure someone like Matt Campbell or Matt Rule want to take that risk when they're in a good position where they're at. Dave Clawson, is he on our list? Yeah, Wake Forest. I'm not sure what his buyout is, but he's already paid $2.19. That's doable. It looks to me that he has a losing record at Wake Forest overall. I don't know what his record is this season. Clay Travis, he's a national reporter. He said his top 5 picks would be Mike Leach, who I already said I liked, Lane Kiffin. I don't mind that. This guy tweets a lot. Lane Kiffin, Hugh Freeze. I don't know about Hugh Freeze. Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell would be a guy that I think, why not? I mean, he shows he can win at this level, and he also threw out Joe Brady, who I'm just not sure is ready for this type of job. Plus, he's playing with the best players in the nation at LSU, or some of the best players in the nation at LSU. But maybe you take a chance on a guy like that if you miss on maybe Mike Norvell or Mike Leach and some other guys. It's going to be very interesting to keep track of, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of misinformation that we hear, or kind of leaked information from agents and stuff like that that we have to sift through. Any shot at Matt Rule? I just don't see why he would leave Baylor with the position that it's in right now. They're doing so well. The Big 12 is a pretty cushy conference to be in my opinion. He's already making good money. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me for him to leave, but who knows? Is that a trout poster? Yeah, it's a bunch of fish. I don't know what's going on there. Oh no! The Lady Hogs just lost the SEC title game for the 3rd straight year. Sad. Oh, the 4th straight year, by the way. That sucks. But they're very good. In terms of recruiting, I hope that the staff, Joshua Thompson, he's the director of recruiting. I hope that they can keep the class together somewhat, especially you want to keep those in-state guys from looking at other schools like Tennessee and stuff like that. But at this point, I mean, you're getting so close to early signing day that a lot of classes are almost full, but Arkansas does have a few really good commits. My dog just opened an entire bottle of ibuprofen. I'm very concerned. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Guys, because of this dog situation, I honestly feel like I need to check this situation out. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe we'll come back later with this. Really appreciate it. How do I end this thing? Last plug, HawgBeat.com, 30 days free. We'll have everything and more and all the rumors and all of the facts and all of it mixed together. So, Hogs30, that's the promo to get 30 days free.